Hello everyone, Casual Boxing Fan here. Just going to do a little fight review on the Billy Joe Saunders v Shefat isufi. And great performance by Billy Joe. Did everything he was expected to do. Used his jab, circled the ring well, put a bit of pressure on here and there, went to the body, used great combinations, showed great variety. Changed up the speed of his punches. Did everything perfect. Used the backhand. Everything for Billy Joe was pitch perfect. He looked great in there, he looked good. But I can't help ask, what the hell was the point of this fight? He beat a guy that nobody knows, nobody cares about, adds nothing to him. Yeah, he's a two-weight world champion now, but what's he going to do at 168 pounds? What's he going to do? Who's he going to fight at 168 pounds that is going to be worth our time or worth our interest? How does this help him get the big fights against Canelo, get the big fights against Gigi? Those guys aren't going to move up. Those guys are at 160 there, so what are they moving up for? What does Billy Joe gain by them moving up there? He's talking about fighting Callum Smith. Is he really going to fight Callum Smith? Why would he fight Callum Smith? He's a big guy. There's no money in really fighting Callum Smith, is there? Is Callum Smith been a big star in the UK? Is he huge? We haven't seen him since he fought George Groves. What's the fight with Callum Smith going to do? Is it going to do big numbers? Is it going to do the numbers a Canelo fight would have done, a Gigi fight would have done? So I don't really believe he's going to go that Callum Smith road. I think the road he'll probably take is fight Chris Eubank Jr., which again is like, it's a pointless fight. No, not a big name, not a big fight. Maybe in the UK it'd be good numbers, but really, who cares about that fight? Who cares about Chris Eubank v Billy Joe Saunders too? I don't. I want to see Billy Joe Saunders test his true skills against the two true top level fighters. Because Billy Joe Saunders is skilled. We saw that in this fight. He has all the potential to be a great fighter. Great jab, great footwork, great punch variation. Changes the speed of his punches very well. Great head movement. At times, yeah, he does have his flaws. He does drop his hands a bit too much. You can catch him. We saw that in round 6. Shefat caught him with a right hand. Loaded up on it, caught him. But besides from that, what does Shefat do this fight? Keep his guard up. A couple wide swings here and then. Besides from that, got beat from pillar to post. With quick, sharp counters, quick, sharp punches in combination. So the fight showed us nothing. Nothing we didn't already know about Billy Joe Saunders. It gave us nothing as fans. It was just a showcase, a glorified sparring match. Yeah, Billy Joe Saunders got a bit hurt in the 6th round, but besides from that, what happened? How many punches did that Shefat land? Probably I can count on my hand. And Billy Joe seems to get a lot of credit for doing absolutely nothing. He fights David Lemieux 2 years ago, and we don't stop hearing about the David Lemieux fight. How much of our masterclass, how much of this? Who cares about David Lemieux from 2 years ago? Nobody cares. David Lemieux got beat by Marco Antonio Rubio. And we don't hear everyone going on about Marco Antonio Rubio knocking out David Lemieux, do we? So, it's a good win, but it's not the best win in the world. Look at what Canelo's gone on to do at that weight class. Look who he's gone on to beat. So who cares about David Lemieux? Nobody. Nobody, that's who. And you have these fans going on like it's a great win. It's a good win, but it was 2 years ago. Who cares? Let's see him move on now and fight the top guys in the division. You're talking about fighting Callum Smith. Is he going to fight Callum Smith? I hope he does, because it'll be a good fight, but I doubt it. Because why would you move up in weight to fight Callum Smith is there a lot of money in there? Is there, really? When Canelo and Gigi in the weight class below. And you probably could have got the Canelo fight if you beat Demetrius Andrade for that WBO belt. And that's a huge payday. Now, why not fight Demetrius Andrade? I'll tell you why. He took the path of least resistance. If Gilberto Ramirez was still holding that WBO belt and there wasn't a chance of him vacating, he would not have gone up to 168. He would not have fought Gilberto Ramirez. Let's be honest, he wouldn't have. Is he going to fight David Benavidez? Is he going to fight Caleb Plant? I don't think he is. He's probably going to fight Chris Eubank Jr., a domestic class, which will do good numbers because casual fans like that. They like those sort of fights. Drama. I, on the other hand, want to see Billy Joe in the best fights. I don't know if he's going to give us them. Sure, Callum Smith is a great fight if it happens. But I don't see why it would. I don't see why he would leave 160 pounds. There's a lot of money there to go to 160 and fight Callum Smith where there may not be a lot of money. Because you're going to have to split the purse, evenly? 50-50 anyway? To get it made? So what are you going to make, really, against Callum Smith? Maybe he'll do it. I don't know. I'm not going to say he won't do it, because Billy Joe Saunders is a great fighter. But the fact of the matter is, he has done very little with his career since he beat Andy Lee for that world title. Very little. Biggest win, David Lemieux. Come on now. David Lemieux. He's not that great of a fighter, David Lemieux. He's a solid fighter, but he's not great. He's never going to win a world title again, I don't think. He's not good enough to. And Gigi proved that when he decimated him to claim the IBF. Do you think David Lemieux would be in the ring against Daniel Jacobs or Canelo and would give them a tough fight? No, he would probably get stopped in those fights. He would. He'd probably get stopped. Billy Joe outclassed David Lemieux, but it was 2 years ago. I don't want to, every time I watch a Billy Joe Saunders fight, to hear about bloody David Lemieux. What's David Lemieux done since then? Nothing. So nobody cares. Let's forget about it. Let's move on. Let's look at the future for Billy Joe. We're talking about Billy Joe like he's already retired and that David Lemieux fight's his best performance. Come on, people. Fix up, man. It's ridiculous. You know, yeah, against isufi, great fight. He did his job. He did what he was meant to do. Was it a masterclass? Not really, because who the hell is Shefat? Who is he beat? What's he done? Nothing. All it is a glorified sparring match that makes Billy Joe look great, look fantastic, do exactly what I said he would do, dance around the ring, use his jab, hit the uppercut, hit the hook, go to the body. He did everything because he was in front of a guy that would let him do anything he wanted to. At what point did Shefat pose any threat to Billy Joe on a boxing level? None whatsoever. He caught him once, and then after that, didn't do anything. Didn't have the skills. Didn't have a jab. Didn't have any sort of skills that could test Billy Joe Saunders. So what was it? It was a worthless fight for a belt, which I don't know if Billy Joe was going to even do anything with, was worth anything. He's a two-weight world champion. Congratulations to him. But what does it do for him? What does it do for us fans? It's all well and good being a fan of Billy Joe and being happy for him, but what does it do for us fans? Where's our entertainment for paying for it? Where's our entertainment for investing our time in this man's career? There is none. There's none. And as fans, that's how we've got to look at it sometimes. We've got to look at it. What do we gain from Billy Joe Saunders fighting isufi? Because it's our money that's paying for it. Whether it's us paying for the network, or us paying for pay-per-view, or us doing whatever, or paying for the tickets. How does it benefit us? He's not going to stop isufi, and Ishifu's not going to put him in a tough fight. So what we watched was 12 rounds of a boxing lesson. You know, but I hope Billy Joe Saunders doesn't fight Chris Eubank Jr. next. Because it's not a fight I'm at all interested in. Because I don't think Chris Eubank can beat Billy Joe Saunders. I think Billy Joe Saunders will maybe beat him worse than he beat him the first time. Because Billy Joe, he's a great fighter. When he's in shape, he's a good fighter. That's the fact of the matter. But let's see him go and test the top level guys. That's what we want to see. You know. But let's see what happens. You know, on that card as well was Joyce v Alexander Ustinov, which was an absolute horrendous fight. I don't know who made that fight. That's an absolute shocking fight. Alexander Ustinov. Let me ask the people a question. How does Alexander Ustinov prepare you for Wilder, Fury, Dylan White, or AJ? How does it prepare you for that? It doesn't. So what was the point of making it? We all know Joyce needs to be fast-tracked. So why put him in there for a guy that is not a top-level fighter, is not a B-level fighter, is not a C-level fighter, but is the lowest level of fighter, basically a journeyman-level fighter. No one can tell me Ustinov is not that level. Because you got beat by a guy who's a former cruiserweight. Stopped. So what is he going to offer Joyce, who we know already? Powerful fighter. High work rate. High volume. Good combination of punches to body and head. How does it benefit us watching him beat Ustinov? How does it benefit him? It doesn't. It's a worthless fight. On this card were just worthless, pointless fights that were just there for the stars Joyce to look good at. But how does that benefit them in the bigger picture? How does it benefit Joyce? No one's as slow as Ustinov in the heavyweight division at the top level. No one's as flat-footed or slower feet or as big a target as Ustinov. This doesn't benefit Joyce. This doesn't help Joyce. You know, Joyce needs to be in there with top guys if he wants a title shot. And if you can't get those top guys from him, he needs to go somewhere that can. Give him a Charles Martin. That would have been better. You know, give him someone like that. Someone that's going to put up a fight. Someone that's hungry. Ustinov's not hungry no more. Ustinov had the hunger beat out of him. Come on. That's not, you know, putting him in there against... That's a dead man. You pulled him out of his grave and put him in the ring. He was already retired by the looks of things. So what, do you give Joyce credit for beating Ustinov? Of course you don't. You're just going to forget about this performance and be like, man. And you know, he's only had a few fights, yeah, but he was a silver medalist at the Olympics. He's experienced amateur. He fought in the World Boxing Series against what? Usyk. So he's got experience at the highest level. Maybe as an amateur, but he's stepping in now as a pro, quite old. So you expect him to step up quite quickly. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's happening because he was in there against Bermain Stavern. Even that was a better fight than Ustinov. Because at least Stavern was willing to stay in there and take a beat. Ustinov took one out. Ustinov took a beat and just was a punching bag in there. Couldn't get out of the way of anything. You know, Joyce has a good right hand, left hook combination, but again, it's against Ustinov. So what does it show? What does it prove to us? What What benefit does it have to us as fans? Again, nothing. And that's what this card was from Frank Warren. It was a nothing card. And boxing fans should be happy with cards that are mismatches. They should be happy or satisfied with cards that are full with mismatches and have no real competition on them. But that's what these cards were. We've got some fighters that got to showcase their skills, but not much else. You know, I think Billy Joe and Joyce are two great fighters, but they need to be in great fights. You know, why would Canelo or Gigi duck Billy Joe Saunders? Yeah, he has a unique set of skills and is very slick and very good. But they've seen fights where he's been against guys like Arka Akavov and he's struggled. You know what I mean? They've seen him in fights where he's had a hard time. So there's nothing to fear about Billy Joe. Because Billy Joe has his flaws. You can see them. He got hurt by Shefat. And again, who's that? What does he bring to the table? What does he do? Yeah, maybe he was complacent, but if Shefat can fight, we don't think Gigi can get a shot off him. We don't think Canelo can. Let's be realistic, people. These people aren't running from Billy Joe Saunders. You know, Billy Joe has to be willing to fight the best, and he has to be willing not to be acting like everyone's running from him when they're not. You know, Joyce, what's Joyce doing? Joyce needs to get in the room with some top-level competition. Luis Ortiz was willing to fight him, but they said it was too early for it. So again, we have to ask, are you really fast-tracking this guy? Or are you just kind of saying you're fast-tracking him and putting him in there with some cream puffs, and then when the time comes, just fast-track him to a title shot when he just fought nothing but cannon fodder? That's my take on it, you know. Two good fights, not entertaining, not anything special, just two good fights. Two mismatches on a card, which I watched. You know, I didn't learn anything new. Didn't find anything new about Billy Joe or Joe Joyce. Didn't see anything I didn't expect. But, you know, two good performances from two men who are good fighters. And hopefully we'll move on to bigger and better things in the next fight. At least I hope so. Anyway, thank you all for listening. This has been Casual Boxing Fan here.